Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm still your girl, Woona, and welcome to Woona's World. Hey guys, welcome back. Thank you for tuning in again. I am so grateful for all your support. Thank you for everyone who reached out to me following my video from last week. If you haven't seen it, here's the link to it. Okay, go watch it, support your girl. I just want to quickly, just talk through fibroids and its symptoms and some of the treatments as well, and hopefully someone will be educated and blessed. So a few facts about fibroids. Fibroids are not cancerous. No, they're not. They're growths in the muscle area of the womb, but they're not cancerous, thankfully. Based on the fact that it's still not cancerous doesn't mean that it's not that severe. It is still very severe condition to be dealing and living with. One of the biggest one I've had to take out was equivalent to the size of a 5 months pregnancy. Yes, I had to take one that big out in was it 2013? I did that, and I had to do the is it myectomy or the C-section one, actually. Like, it was like a line across because they couldn't get it out through the keyhole surgery. Yeah, and I had a blood transfusion as well because anyway, let me just go through it. I'm making this about myself now, guys. Calm down. The exact cause of fibroid is unknown. That's what medical are saying. But our African people, they have one or two things to say. Like, they would know the origin or something, and you wonder, what PhD in what medicine school did you go to that you know that? Anyone that knows me would know that I've got a sweet tooth. Oh, thank God we don't look like what we eat though. If not, guys, I will be like triple XXXXXX. So and I have a lot of people who have said, oh, it's because of all these sweet things you're eating, you need to cut all the sweet things. Because statistics shows that 50 to 70% of women have fibroids. Now, some of them do go on to have symptoms that might affect fertility, but some just go on about their normal life and they don't have any effect. So some even say every woman has got fibroid, just so that some are active than none in other women. Now, majority of this percentage of the 50 to 70 percentage are women of Black and Asian descent that have it more. Rarely do you have Caucasians suffering from fibroids. Not that they don't, but it's more predominant among Black race and Asians. That's the Asians. And some say some theory or research says that it's to do with our food, that because our staple meal is rice. Rice is like, we cook everything around rice. Rice is like, you all know now, a Nigerian household without rice is like. But you could argue that the Caucasian eat a lot of potatoes as well, which has starch. So but apparently the starch in the rice, in the cassava plants and all of that is more potent than you find in the potatoes. So I don't know, but that's what some people said. Okay, don't shoot the messenger. And fibroids can grow to be huge. You could just have just the one and it's so huge and big, or it could be just tiny little bits, just splattered around the womb. I will share a picture to show you an example. Yeah, now to the symptoms. Now, for some women, the symptoms of fibroids can be really devastating. Fibroid comes with very severe pain that immobilizes you to the point that you can't just function. You can't do your normal day-to-day because you're just in pain. Like, on some good days, I pray that my cycle starts on a weekend, so I'd suffered the brunt of it in the first few days. By the time I'm hitting the third day, the pain has subsided and the bleeding as well you know, it's kind of reduced, but it's not still reduced to some, you know, normal bleeding like some women would have. It's still heavy bleeding, but at least I can function. So imagine me having my cycle start in the middle of the week or more. I can't work, like I can't literally get out of bed. It's that bad. The pain just numbs my body, and because I've had to use a lot of strong pain medication, you're just there drowsy and just trying to sleep through the pain, and you know, the nausea and everything that comes with it. It is just not something that is exciting, I must say. So I'll just run through a couple of the symptoms. Now, the number one symptoms of fibroids is heavy bleeding. Sometimes I'm amazed at the amount of blood I have in my body coming out, because I'm thinking, so how much of me is left then if all of this is coming out? Like, it's so bad that the normal pad doesn't cut it. I'm not making this up. I have to wear, like, you know, the adult diaper to sustain myself. Otherwise I'm just messing everywhere up. Everywhere I sit or stand or touch, I am literally bleeding. So I have like some proper style of layering going on to ensure that I'm not soiling the whole place with blood, basically. So some people have to sit in a bowl continuously because of how bad the bleeding is. And like I said, some people have to have blood transfusion after each cycle just due to the amount of blood they've lost. Like I said, I've only experienced that once, but I have a couple of friends. I know people who've had to do that on the regular. This pain are associated with, you know, the tummy, the back pain, overall body pain, just, you know, from the muscle spasm and everything all down to your leg. It's just, I can't even describe it, honestly. I mean, each time I go through my cycle, I'm just amazed at how strong I am to have gone through all of that and pull through. And I don't think anyone can throw any BS at me that mistake, honestly. So when people wonder how I just carry on and I'm still all in your face, it's because I know I'm stronger. I'm stronger than, you know, whatever it is that I'm dealing with. Yeah, so I've survived it again, and I'll continue to survive. Like I said, you know, it's so painful. You can't have sex, you can't enjoy it. Sex is almost impossible just because of the pain that you're going through. Another usual symptoms is the bloated tummy. You look like you're pregnant, which is what I was going through last week in my video. If you guys saw it, you'd be so bloated, you'd be amazed at how the tummy can stretch. Like, I've never been pregnant before. Not that I'm aware of that I've been pregnant, but the way my body changes every month, please, you guys can't take it from me. I've experienced what it feels like to be pregnant, so I can say, no, please, that one I will hold it. I will hold on to it. You can't take it from me. You've got constipation as well. You're bloated, you're constipated, you can't keep food down, you've got nausea, you know, but you need to eat to take this strong medication. You have to put something in your tummy, but then you've just lost your appetite and everything. It's just and then you know, because of the fibroids as well, depending on where it is, it might be pressing on your bladder, so you tend to pee frequently. Like, you just constantly peeing. It's not because of the intake of fluid that you've had, it's just the pressure on, you know, the bladder and your womb. Also, fibroids can affect the kidney. I suppose I can't really explain how that works, but I've seen, based on the research that I've done, it affects the kidney, and I think it's to do with how much blood it's been lost. And you know, because the kidney is the one that processes the blood, isn't it? You know, purifies the blood and everything. So that could be one of the reasons why. I don't know, I'm not a medical person. Maybe someone knows how that works, can explain or share some light to it. So another thing is, fibroid can disrupt pregnancy. Now, the fact that you have fibroid doesn't mean you can't get pregnant. Like I said, I know people who've had fibroids and they've gone on to have healthy children, but there are also people who've had fibroids as well, and it's affected, you know, their pregnancies to the point that they miscarried. So yeah, depending on how severe your case is, the position of the fibroids can, you know, hamper the life of the life of the pregnancy. The fibroids can, you know, cause a miscarriage or premature birth. Yeah, in, you know, some devastating situation it can result to that. Yeah, with the fibroids, one of the symptoms as well is repeat, you know, hospitalization, you know, especially when you have to go in to have bloods and just have regular checks, just to ensure that you're doing the necessary scans and you're monitoring it, because for some people they can't operate on it. I'll be talking about treatments later, but yeah, symptoms of fibroids could mean that you're constantly hospitalized. Now to the treatments of fibroids. Like I said earlier on in my video, half of the women who have fibroid don't actually have or suffer the symptoms, you know, that comes with it. So it's fine, you know, if it's not affecting your day-to-day life, you must as well just, you know, live it. Like they say, let sleeping dog lie. But if it's affecting your day-to-day activity, your health and well-being, then I would advise that you go and see your gynae, get some, you know, scan done and see if it's operatable and you can operate it. Now, I've had several surgeries to take fibroid out, but that doesn't mean it won't come back. In my cases, it has come back, and for personal reasons I am not looking to do further surgeries because I'm trying to have babies, because the more you go in, you're having scarring tissue, and that's going to hamper your chances of having babies. I know some people talk about alternative medicines and all that, but my worry with that is, you know, taking stuff that is not really properly controlled. You're not really sure how much, you know, you should be taking in. Except I know someone personally who has, and which I don't. By all means, please, if there's anyone who knows someone who could treat fibroids without having to do surgery and they swear by it, by all means, you know, please hit the comment section and educate us all, because, you know, we don't know except we ask, and no knowledge is lost. So by all means, if it's possible to do it, because I know there are ways where you could take some medication to actually shrink it. I think it's probably maybe them giving you some hormonal drugs to reverse your hormones, and since your hormones are not responding like you're trying to, like you're a woman, then it would potentially dry it up. I don't know, I guess that's how it works, but that is still no guarantee. They can still grow back. Okay. Hey, I'm not a medical person. Like I say, I hate having to read up stuff because it just sticks in my mind and it keeps digging at me. So I don't need all that information, because whatever the doctor says, I just take it with a pinch of salt and I go back to my feet of the cross to go and settle the matter. Because whilst, you know, medical advancement is there and it's good, great, there's some things you just need to take to the feet. You know, you need to deal with in the spiritual realm. It's all I'm just trying to say. Yes, your girl is all spiritual and all, deal with it, okay? I mean, what would we do? Where would we be without prayers, guys? Come on now. That's a whole other topic for another day. So yeah, some have to do myomectomy, which is the one that I've done. That's the one that is the C-section on several keyhole. Some, you know, have to go as far as doing a hysterectomy, which is a more like die-hard one, like you're taking off your womb and everything. Hey, I would like you guys have considered it. Yes, let me report myself, because you can't imagine how it is to go through this pain months in months, as in and out every month. I have, because at the end of the day I have my husband to consider, I have my family to consider. Every month you're just ill and immobilized and you're just lying there like you're dying, when, you know, you could actually have a full life. But I know there are a whole group of people out there who've done this hysterectomy and they are living their life to the fullest and everything. But I think it's only when I'm going through the pain that I actually consider that I want to do it. But once I've gone through the phase and I'm well, I'm like, I don't know, Jerry, we'll just be praying that God will heal us. No, because to take off the womb, maybe when one has had the kids that they want and all, yeah, you can have that conversation. But in the state that I'm in, So yeah, that is it from me concerning fibroids. So guys, please be more aware, be conscious. If you notice that any of your friends, nieces, you know, sisters, aunts, moms, women are going through a lot, so don't think some people just ignore you because they can't just be bothered. It's just, you don't know what it is they're dealing with. Some people don't like to talk about their medical thing. This one I've done now, some people are like, auntie, how you come and carry all your medical history and talk to the whole world like this? Guys, well, I feel like, see, we need to talk about this some more, so we are more aware, we show more empathy to our fellow sisters. Because for the longest time, I used to feel bad that my siblings have to do more chores than I am. And looking back now, I was telling my sister the other time she visited, and I was like, God, daddy must have known something, because my dad is a strict disciplinarian. Like, he's not having, you can't even come and play nonsense and stupidity around him. But anytime I'm in my cycle, that man is like a cuddly teddy bear, always just checking in. Are you okay? Have you taken this thing? Is it not working? Should we go and call doctor? Should we do this? I'm thinking, okay, why is he acting like I'm sick? Is something wrong with me? So I think at some point, maybe the doctors must have told him what I was going through, and he wasn't hard on me, because prior to that, this is like, see, because I have my eldest, my sister started her cycle, I think in JSS2 or something, like 5-6 years. She started her you know, menstrual cycle. She was fine. My sister stands up and just goes, nothing, like we don't even hear anything. Then me, the one that on a good day, I don't like chores. So it could have been easy for me to pass off that I was pretending that I didn't want to do my chores. Hence the reason why I'm in pain. But nah, fam, it wasn't, this is not African magical, it was real pain. I was going through some pain, and you know, I'm grateful for my family, because I mean, no one made me feel lesser than I am, even though I know that I took the mic. So let me apologize to my brothers. I love you, my sisters. Yeah, because not until when I started looking into you know, the reason why I wasn't getting pregnant and all of that, did I know that you know, all of this could potentially be one of the reasons. Because that's another thing, in Nigeria we don't talk about it. You're just on your period ahead, like, what's the big deal? Can big deal? Like, duh, everybody had that period. But no, some people actually do suffer. And looking back now, I can remember a couple of girls that I knew going through, you know, my tertiary institution, universities and everything. I'm like, wow, we were just suffering in silence, and we didn't really know what we're dealing with. We just thought it was normal period, and you know, we're bleeding normal, you know, more than usual, and it's just something that we shrugged our shoulders and just carried on, because that's how you live in Nigeria. You just carry on. Where you want to go and put, what tab do you want to put it on? But we thank God for life, and as long as there's life, there's hope. So guys, please, July is still we've got many couple of weeks into it. By all means, guys, educate yourself, talk about it, speak to your girls, educate them, and get them the help, the right help they need. Because if I'd known sooner rather than later, there were a lot of things I would have done, yeah, that I could have done. Maybe even had my surgery sooner than, you know, later on in life. I probably would have healed properly, and you know, but let's not dwell on the what could have been and what could have and what was it have. We're just grateful that we're here. So guys, let's just get ourselves educated and ensure that we're supporting one another. Okay, so guys, leave your comments in the comment section, like, share, by all means, support me. I want you to subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Thank you to stay to the end to watch the video. Oh my god, you are the OG. I love you. I'm serious. If you watch to the end, I love you. I love you. Thank you for your support, and have a blessed week, or the rest of the week. Yeah. And see you next week, hopefully. Yay! Bye.